Hey, Dead Spikes here, and today I'm showing a nice balanced Techno build. Techno is a very normal character, very hard to use, and the game is definitely very challenging. This game is very hard where it's at. Oh no, I died. I sure hope they buff the Techno. Alright, hopefully the developers left. Now we're gonna actually showcase the build we got here. We don't want them to know about this build, so we put that little distraction there in the start. So me and my friends in stream decided that let's make the Techno build we have even crazier. So my friend Kronos, who joined my game, he came in for a free carry that I do in my stream or whatever. He came in, and since he was only like a level 43 and he knew he wasn't really going to do any damage on his Techno, he decided that he was going to try out making a support Techno to increase my damage. He went full freeze. After we talked about it, we agreed that full freeze would be a really good support build, and we kind of just built off it and made a really crazy combination. I have my friend ZJ in here who also has a nice support build based off this. And you can see that I could just destroy everything in seconds. And this isn't even a fully finished one yet. Like, we're still only like halfway done at this build. He doesn't have all the pieces he needs yet. And we're still just winning crazily. He probably doesn't even have many tier 3 mods running in this. I mean, we'll go over the full build after this Boomtown clear. But I'm just saying, like, this is a non-perfect build he's got running. When we have the full perfect build running, we'll probably make a video to showcase that. But just the start of this build is crazy to watch, the combination of the two. So his job is to basically keep everything frozen all the time, and I have a bunch of things that increase my damage towards freeze. Plus, it is very easy to get crits on stuff that is frozen. So I'm able to just delete elites extremely fast, like you saw me just destroy that captain right there. Here's an ironclad I just take out in like 3 bursts. I could just go through the whole area doing that. We've gotten like sub 10 clears on every single CT15 so far with these builds, combining these together. And I also normally carry people with these two builds together, so the third guy will be a under-leveled person, and we still normally get less than 10-minute clears on all the expeditions on CT15. Boomtown, we still even gold too with the 3 of them, and then one player is not even doing anything. These two builds put together is just insanity. It completely breaks the game and makes you immortal and basically be able to speedrun anything, no problem. Definitely the fastest way to run expeditions I have found so far. And it's a lot of fun too. I mean, you have literally nothing to worry about. Everything is just frozen nonstop as long as he does his job correctly. You never even get shot. You'll notice, like, I don't take damage in this whole run because he is just freezing everything. We're already into this last room, but in sub 3 minutes. This is my fastest run of Boomtown, and this is the first shot we took. Like, we didn't try this a few times. This is the first go we had at it, and we had a really good run. I was impressed. I'm sure we could get an even faster run. I'm thinking like our fastest run might be like a 4:30 if we got it down and we actually practiced. That's probably what we'll get to eventually. These are the builds I'll probably use to speedrun once his is fully finished and such. But just look at how fast it just ad clears. And then we got these last 2 elites here. Look at how fast these guys go down. Just boom, there's the ironclad and then the captain. And boom, he's dead too. Now we're up to these last 2 ads, and then we're on the final part of Boomtown. Just 3:45 and we hit this final part. This was so crazy. Even with my trickster, I couldn't do this speed, or my Techno solo. I know there's people out there who've done Boomtown quicker for sure, but just for me, this was so impressive. I was really happy to see our builds mesh so good. Like, there was really no struggle at all. Like, everything just meshes so good with these 2 builds. Look at how fast that captain went down. This is on CT15. This is max difficulty. It's crazy. You as the DPS guy, you do have to remember that a lot of your skills are based off clearing ads. So you'll see how I take care of this boss is very important. I'll be shooting the boss, I'll turn around, I'll kill a few ads, and then I'll turn back onto the boss and deal some more damage. Just piecing him away little by little while also taking out the ads, which, I mean, helps the time too because the ads aren't so much to worry about. I was getting close. I probably could have finished him there if I landed all crits, but might as well save the ammo and make sure you'll get it easy. And there we go. That boss is dead that fast, which is so nice. Just a few ads here, and then we got the finished Boomtown, and then we'll go over this full build for you guys on what we got running. Bam! That is a Boomtown on CT15. We got a duo clear. Again, this was our first try, and we cleared it at 5 minutes and 2 seconds. All right, now we'll just showcase what we have for the build so far. Again, this isn't a finished build yet. We're still theorizing and we're still working on it, but I figured I would still showcase it to you guys for the people that want to run something similar, and maybe you guys have some knowledge to help me build this. But we have a lot of stats here, a lot of mods here that we're going to go over. We got the skill tree on the bottom middle. Hopefully you guys can see that. This picture will be in the Discord as well if you want to see it a little bit closer for yourself. I don't know how good the screenshot quality will be for you guys. But a fun fact about the skill tree real quick, since I just brought it up, is there's 2 points in the skill tree that say that it increases how effective vulnerability is. Those actually stack. I just tested it recently, and they do stack, and that's why I'm running it in this build, which is pretty cool. Other than that, for the legendary set, we're going to want to run absolutely Borealis Monarch because it's going to increase the DPS's crit damage, which is gonna help him kill stuff a lot faster. I won't be showing the DPS's build here. If you want to see that, it is in the description of this video. I already made a full video on that. Go check it out. I'm running pretty much that exact same build, so that's what you need for the DPS. We'll keep going with the support build. For the 3 skills we're running the double turret and we're running the cryo snap. But the thing is we're switching our toxic turret to cryo, so everything's dealing cryo damage and freezing everything. So I'll describe a little bit the locations we have here. So on the right side, we have all of the mods that are confirmed for this build. You need these mods for this build, in my opinion. There's only 2 tier 3s, I think, which you can try to get. One of them you can at least buy from Tiago. I think the other one's a chance drop, unfortunately. But on the right, I think those are all the skills you'll definitely want to run this build. They'll all help a lot. Right above, on the top right up there, we have the stats you're going to want on the epic armor that you run. So if the Borealis Monarch set, unfortunately, legendaries rolls are set and you can't change them. So 3 out of your 5 are already set pieces, but the other 2 you can try to roll into that I have down the top there: anomaly power, status power, and cooldown reduction. A fun fact: status power actually does affect freeze time. So the more status power you have, the longer stuff will stay frozen, which is pretty cool, and it helps the build. That's why it's in there. Cooldown reduction is an absolute must. That's the #1 thing you should be looking for when you're going for armor. You don't absolutely have to go for anomaly power or status power. They're going to help a little bit, but they're not nearly as necessary as cooldown reduction. You're going to want cooldown reduction as much as you can. After you get cooldown reduction on every piece, then maybe try to look for some status power on every piece. And then if you really want to keep optimizing anomaly power is not needed at all because you're not trying to deal damage as a support. It just is the optimal 3rd stat if you wanted to look for the perfect roll. Again, that's only going to go on 2 of your armor because you're running the Borealis Monarch anyway. I haven't 100% decided on which pieces of the Borealis you want to run yet, but I know the gauntlets and the boots give cooldown reduction, and I don't think any of the other pieces do. So you might want to run like chest piece, gauntlet, and boots because the chest piece already has that tier 3 icicle storm mod on it. And then on the bottom left over there, we still have a few more armor mods. These are some theoretical armor mods we can throw into the build. They're not must-haves yet, but they are some extra ones that maybe if you had no idea what to put on, they could help you. We only have 5 mandatory mods in this build, so the other 5 on your build is completely up to you. That's why I kind of just threw in those possible ones down there in the bottom left. We'll probably, at the end of the day, figure out a whole build, all 10 mods that we want, but for right now, we only have 5 that I would say are absolutely needed. The other 5, yeah, again, I mean, maybe you might want to up your damage a little bit. Now for your weapon's the top left. Now the weapon's very important, and I don't think I'm going to change the weapon. I love where it's at right now, and I think it's perfect for the support style build. That's what we have on those 2 mods on the top left up there, and also with the stats on it. So with the stats for your weapon on this build, you're going to want your crit damage, skills, life leech, and status power. Again, status power is going to increase that freeze time. Skills, life leech is going to make it so you can heal a little bit better. Now for the mods, they're pretty cool. Winter's Blast is actually a tier 3 mod, but you can buy it from Tiago because he sells the sniper that has it on it, and it makes so when you crit something, it'll explode and freeze everything nearby. This is kind of like a emergency scenario if you didn't have your skills up for some reason, or I mean, there's a long range target maybe that you want to get that you can't with your skills. This Winter Blast is going to be able to do it, which is great, so you can freeze stuff a little bit more there. But then the other cool mod that I took a while to figure out that I wanted to run was Resistance Breaker, and it's going to decrease the target's resistance by 35%. Now, resistance is what's used to calculate anomaly damage. So stuff that deals anomaly damage goes through resistance, kind of like how armor works with firepower. That's what resistance does. It decides how much damage can go through, basically. So when you lower something's resistance, they take more anomaly damage. Now, if you know how anomaly rounds work, they deal anomaly damage rather than firepower damage. All three of the bullet skills that you use on Pyromancer, Trickster, and Technomancer, those deal anomaly damage, those don't deal firepower damage. So when you put Resistance Breaker on, you are going to increase that damage that DPS character is playing as. Again, you don't absolutely have to be a Techno to play the DPS with this build. It's going to be the most efficient in my opinion, but a Trickster would work very good, and I do believe a DPS Pyromancer would probably work very well. I feel like Devastators are mostly support, so I can't imagine you would have too good of a go running these two hand in hand. The very last thing I guess I'll note is that the type of weapon you're going to want is either an AR or an LMG. LMG is definitely preferred, so you can have all that ammo. But if you find an AR with it, that'll work fine too. So between them two, between your weapons, don't worry about having to get a legendary for it. Even a blue, if you find it with the stats on top there, maybe you can get that Resistance Breaker. But yeah, basically you're gonna want to find a AR or LMG that has Resistance Breaker on it as the tier 2 mod, and then hopefully at least status power. Status power I would say is the most important out of the three up there. And then you can roll that Winter Blast into there, and there you go. So yeah, that pretty much is everything I have for this build so far. Hopefully I'll have an updated video in the future of a 100% efficient build for you guys, so you have something to go off of and maybe see how it looks when it's all finished. But right now I am super impressed. Even at the early state that we are, it does so good, and I'm probably going to be running it every day from now on. If you guys enjoyed this video or you found it helpful at all, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to leave a comment down below saying how balanced this build is, so we can throw those developers off. Make sure they don't think this is a OP build. If you want to see some awesome Outriders content like this, some builds, tutorials, and so on, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I make tutorials almost every single day for Outriders. I'm really loving this game right now. If you want a Discord full of a bunch of Outrider members, maybe to talk to and have a fun time, check out some of their builds, make sure to join that Discord in the description. I have a lot of members in there already. If you want to stop by the stream sometime, I stream almost every single day on Twitch, and I help people out as much as I can. So if you need someone to help and you can't find any friends or anything and you need someone to help you out, I'd probably be keen to helping you if you stop by in the stream. It's twitch.tv/deadspikes. It's in the description of this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Spikes out.